In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the steps that you will follow when you do the assignment that's coming up to use the innerHTML property to change the text that is displayed on a web page. So if you'll go to your course files directory and in the section 2 directory, you'll see the Wacky Wall Practice and Wacky Wall Project folders. When you're doing the assignments, just go to the practice folder and use the wackwall.html file that's in here to do your assignments with. When you do the project at the end of the section, go to the project folder, and this is where I'm going to do my demonstrations, the wackwalldemo.html file. This way you'll have a file that has a copy of all of the code that I have written in the process of making the demonstration videos. So I'm going to open this with Notepad++, and the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and run it and launch it in Chrome, and the Wacky Wall Demo web page opens for us to look at. I just want to point out the message here, and this is what the assignment is about, is to change this message interactively on the fly. So we'll go back into Notepad++ and we'll do this step by step. The first thing to do is to find the place in the document where the message is coded, and it's right here, this P tag right here where it says click on any paint bucket to color the wall. In order to make this interactive, we start by giving this P tag an ID, and we just do that by entering inside the angle brackets ID equals, and then we give it a name, and we'll just call it message. We can leave the rest of the tag the same. Then we're going to save the file and go back to the web page and refresh it just to prove that that change didn't do anything. There are more steps to do. So let's go back to the document and scroll up. And what we want to do is put in a message that is relevant to the interaction the user has with the web page. In one of these functions, we're going to add some lines of code that will change the message when they click on the paint can that calls this function. So when they click on the orange paint can, for example, it calls the function paint orange. So let's just pick this one here then. And we add the command document.get element by ID, by ID, and in parentheses we specify the ID that we're looking for. So we're looking for the element whose ID is message, and then we're going to change the innerHTML property of the element that has the ID message by putting .innerHTML equals, and then inside quotes we put in the message, we put in the text that we want to show up as the new message. The end of the line should have a semicolon. So now if we save the file and then go back and refresh and then test our code by clicking on the orange paint can, it shows the orange color and it changes the message. And that is how you do the steps of the innerHTML property assignment.